Hey, hi, how are you?
I'm good. I love how your background is like so natural and beautiful, and mine is like consumerism peak boss level here.
I mean, except like
So pretty and planty, and
all the books
but
hidden
still,
behind
I mean,
me.
like yours is like so pretty and planty and everything, and I'm like, look at my figurines. Like, we're way more expensive than they should have been.
I mean, it's still pretty, it's just not planty. It's fine.
Yeah, it's because my cat throws plants at my head when I put them up there. So
I mean, fair, that's a hazard, so you can't really live like that.
yeah, I bought fake plants, and then she just was like,
No.
wake up. They're going to hit you in the head with their concrete pots. And I'm like, never mind. No more plants.
No, no more plants. Uh, okay, well, today is our wrap up for January. Which I feel like we both have had an interesting month between winter weather and life and everything else.
Yeah. We both got crazy weather this month, which meant like a lot of inside time and a lot of time. I ended up just reading a lot this month.
Hmm.
I think during like our snowy stretch, I read 9 books in a weekend and was like
Wow.
just binging them. So it was hard to narrow it down this month.
I mean, that's still good. Like, that's great. 9 books in a weekend?
I think the library is still going to tell me that I have too many out. So
Wow. You're
it's
you're just helping them because, that just
exactly.
helps them that they're getting used.
I'm just a good patron.
Exactly. Okay, I think we just have top five this time around rather than like categories because we normally do like the shows we're watching, the books we're reading, the music we're listening to. But I think with the month being the way it was, we kind of just ended up with five things.
Yeah, we both just kind of like were on a strange tear of different media, I think, than
Hmm.
we usually consume.
Hmm.
So, what was yours? You start.
Okay, the first thing I have is something that is currently airing, so it's not even done, but I'm obsessed with it. And that's I'm Kishi Knight, Your Private Tutor, which honestly I'm only watching it because Tanaka Koki is in it and Ray from One and Only are in it. Like both of them in the same place makes my brain explode. So I needed to watch it, obviously. But essentially, it's Koki's character is like a Yankee high schooler, so he's like a delinquent, he doesn't study, whatever. And his mom is like, "You cannot fail. Like, I'm getting you a tutor. You need to graduate." So she hires this really like rigid, like strict tutor who's like three-piece suit, like briefcase, like like totally like studying is the best thing, the most important thing. Like, I'm going to get you to graduate, whatever. So obviously, Koki's character is like not interested. He's like, I don't want to learn. I don't want to study. Like, I'm a Yankee. We don't do this. But he also kind of has a crush on his tutor. So there's a little bit of like him constantly being like, stop it. You don't want to study. Like, you don't want to see him. Like, you should go out and punch somebody. Like, what are you doing? And then he has this little, like, inner voice, this, like, high-pitched, obsessive voice where he's like, oh my gosh, he looks so cute. Oh my gosh, my weakness is him being stuck in a sweater. Oh my God. Like, he's just, like, losing his mind. And it is so hilarious. Like, it's so over the top. It's very Japanese. Like, it's leaning into all the like tropes of like crushing on a tutor who's older than you, but also being a Yankee and getting in fights and all. Like, one of the recent episodes, he got caught walking with his tutor somewhere and he was like holding the umbrella because it was raining. So this other school Yankee guy comes with a picture and is like, oh, look, you're not a Yankee anymore. Like, you're with this fancy man. Like, oh, whatever. So Kogi's character is like, you can say whatever you want about me, but don't talk bad about my tutor. And like gets in a fight because they said something mean about his tutor.
I can't. I cannot with that.
It's so funny. Like it's just hilarious. And my favorite, like honestly, one of my favorite parts is like the two of them together are so good at comedy because they're complete opposites. Like Ray's character is like so earnest and he's like so he has no experience with what Yankees are, how they exist in the world because he obviously was like an amazing student. So he's like, "Oh, fighting is like normal for you? Like that's something you do, right?" And then Koki's character obviously is just like total delinquent. But then you have his mom, and his mom is so funny because she like wants her kid to graduate. You know, when she meets the tutor, she's like super sweet and nice. But then you have these moments where he'll like Koki will talk back to her and she'll like square up with him and be like, "What did you say? What did you say?" Like she starts going and you're you're like, "Oh, we see where Koki's character gets it from." And they even kind of show a
Mhm.
picture of his mom as a teen, like a delinquent as well, and we're like it's just hilarious. I'm like laughing every single episode. It's so good.
It looks so good. I've seen a couple of like short clips and stills, and I'm like, I have to watch this. But I have so many shows that I'm in the middle of that I haven't started it.
Yeah.
Oh, but I want to watch it.
It's so funny.
It
Like
sounds it sounds like it's giving like Mr. Sahara kind of
yes,
vibes
it's the exact
vaguely.
same. It's very much on par like with those type of like over the top kooky like it's definitely a comedy. Like it's like those vibes. But Koki's acting is like incredible, especially because he was in Sugar Dog Life, where like he is a little bit edgy in that one, but he's like so sweet and like soft and gentle. And then you have him in this one where he is like complete opposite, like getting in fights, doing like, getting mad at teachers and wanting to punch everybody. Like he's amazing. I love it.
I so need to watch it. So yours is very opposites attract. And I also have a kind of opposites attract, a little bit over the top show that I watched. Mine is a short drama. Um, in this, you have young one who his boss is like super difficult. He's hard to deal with, constantly having him work overtime. Like things are just terrible with his boss. Um, and then he also has to deal with the fact that he's his coworker in a different team is his ex, and his ex is marrying another coworker in his team because his mother has insisted that his ex marry a woman. So you've got that whole thing where he's dealing with his ex being like, we could still see each other on the side. It would be fine. And him being like, I'm not getting involved in this mess.
No.
I'm heartbroken. Things are terrible. Except one night when he's working late with his boss gets an electrical shock from the computer and instantly gets hit with this thing of he can see the dialogue of the game that they've been working on, and he has to win over his subordinates or he will literally die.
Oh.
And so this difficult boss suddenly is trying very hard to be sweet with him and defensive of him and supportive of him. And it's such whiplash. But they are so opposite each other. They are so irritable with each other. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, he's being nice to me. And I don't know why. And I'm dealing with a personal crisis. So I need someone in my corner, but why him? And he has no idea about the missions that the boss is expected to fulfill. And because it's a short drama, it's very bingeable. The episodes are like 60 seconds. It's a vertical short.
Mm.
And so you can literally like sit down and watch the entire thing in like an afternoon, like 60 episodes or something. I watched this thing so fast. I was like, I'm going to watch an episode and then go do a chore that I need, or I'm going to watch a couple of episodes and read a couple of chapters of book. No, I watched the whole thing in one sitting. So I just kept swiping. It was very TikTok-esque. I was just like, this is better than doom scrolling. I'll just watch the whole show. And so I did.
I mean, I love the video game vibes in a show or a book.
Mhm.
So like that's That sounds good. I love it when it's like they have missions that nobody else knows exists and they have to do it or else they lose and it goes bad for them.
Hmm.
That's yeah, I'll need
Especially
to.
with such like an extreme thing on the line of like win him over or die. And he
Mhm.
has a timeline of how soon he has to do it. And short missions, like he has to get him to certain percentages of liking him. And it'll be something like get him to kiss you and things like that. And I'm like, oh, I'm feral for this concept. I love it.
Well, on the back of that, I finished volume two of The Disabled Tyrant's Beloved Pet Fish, which is literally that, except it's the Fish Boy book. So basically, this guy gets like sucked into a story he's reading, like a web novel, but it is essentially a game for him. So he's like has all these missions, but he starts out as a fish, and he has to get the tyrant within the story to like him and change and become a nicer person, whatever, but also still follow like the plot points of the book that he read. So volume two. I mean, what's how do you explain like Tyrant falls in love with fish and then falls in love with human form of fish and just the things that like one character knows that the other doesn't and like the rewards for the missions or like giving information and like just watching it all unfold is so funny because like the little fish boy is like very much like dumb boy vibes because he's always like, oh, I need an excuse for when I'm gonna leave because he only has a certain amount of time that he can be a human. So he keeps coming up with all these excuses, but he doesn't realize that like the tyrant has changed his house and like done renovations to specifically be able to see what happens when he is not in the room and like what his fish is doing. So like he knows a lot more than the fish thinks he knows. So it's like it's just so funny because he's like, oh, he just accepts everything I say without questioning it and like he doesn't even care that I just like run off and say I have business to attend to, and I'm sitting here like, you dumb boy. Like he knows what's up.
Um,
Like it's so funny. It's so good. I asked my library to get the rest of the series and they're getting it, so I'm just like patiently waiting for books three and four to come in. So I'm like, I need more. I need more of them.
I love a dumb little dummy. You know how much I love boys with no brain cells. That's
Yes.
my favorite kind of boy, so
It's so good.
I'm
Like
here for it.
he's so smart on one side and then so dumb on the other side. And it's funny because he'll even say, like, in the story, he's like, yeah, like, I don't have the brains to figure this out. Or, like, he very much knows that, like, he's not the smartest person to be in this situation, but he's, like, doing the best that he can. It's so funny. It's so good. I just love it so much. And, like, they're so sweet. Like, ugh, it's everything. I'm obsessed with it.
So self-aware too. I love it. It sounds so good.
You need to read it. Like, you need to read
I
it.
do. I do.
It's amazing.
I
It's
need to convince
everything.
my library to get it because we don't have it.
Hmm.
But speaking of good books from the library, I got Julia Song is Undateable by Susan E. And it is not queer, but it does very much tie into the themes of our general content, as it is very like K-pop. It has a lot of things that are an ode to K-pop. In fact, the male main character is named after Taeyang from BTS. And like it even says that in the acknowledgments of like, thank you for letting me borrow your name, basically. Um, but in it, you have Julia Song, who is a second generation Korean living in America and is a successful CEO who is like driven and unstoppable, and she could do anything. And everything is going great for her, except for the fact that she is not married. And so her hominy says, my dying wish is to see you walk down the aisle. And by the way, when I was at the doctor, they saw something on my scan. So you better hurry up.
Hmm.
Um, and so there's very much that like Korean pressure to hurry up and find the perfect guy. You need to get this done. And she's not good at dating. As in, every time she goes on a date, she makes men cry with her too honest nature. Completely opposite her is her childhood friend, Taeyang, who is living in his parents' basement again after coming home from kind of a failed career, failed relationship, failed everything. He's dealing with depression, he's dealing with anxiety, he doesn't know what he's going to do with the rest of his life. His brother's super driven, everyone around him super driven, and he's like, I'm content to live in my parents' basement and help people with tasks around their house when they need it. Like if someone needs me to go pick up the kimchi fridge that they ordered and deliver it to their house, I can do that. I'm not really good for anything else. But he has a reputation for being the guy who any girl he dates after they break up, she goes on to marry the next boy.
Mm,
And so Julia Song's grandmother is like, if you will teach her how to date, then there will be a reward in it for you. So Julia agrees to be set up by her family for 3 dates. And that means that Tay has 3 practice dates to teach her how not to make boys cry and how to enjoy dating. And so they are childhood friends. They are opposites attract. They are so many different things. And I swear it never says that Julia is autistic, but she is the autistic representation we deserve. She's so good. And she owns a Korean skincare brand. There's an entire chapter devoted to a BTS themed, like, pre-date. There's a whole chapter that is devoted to celebrating trot music, which is wonderful. I'm so obsessed with that. Like the whole book is so good. It's such a celebration of Korean culture, of just in general, the relationships between the people in this story are so good. And I could not put it down. I was like, every single page, I'm like, I need more. I want more. It's so good. It was like, again, very bingeable and very
mm.
like, it felt like a snack, basically.
It sounds really cute. Like I always love stories like that when it's like they're friends and they obviously would be really good together, but it's never been a thing, and then like something happens that pushes them in that direction.
Yeah. It's so funny too because she's like, this is the kid I used to babysit. He's 5 years younger than me. Like, he would do anything I told him to do, but like, he's just a kid. But every time she sees him, she's like, oh, he's not a kid anymore. Like, his voice is super deep. Oh, he's got that like really nice like chest that you can see through his Henley. And I'm like, you are not thinking of this boy as a kid anymore. You can stop that right now. But every time she's like, he's just like my kid neighbor. And it's like, girl, please. You do not have kid neighbor vibes toward this man.
No, that's so
It's
funny.
so cute though.
That sounds really good.
Yes, it's so good. And also watching her flop dates repeatedly, I'm like, oh my God, you are an autistic superhero. I love you so much. You are everything that I am on a date in general, or even just like trying to communicate with other people. I'm just like, I can't. I'm bad at this. Leave me alone. Let me go back to my corner.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, on the topic of bingeable books, I had another manga obsession. I feel like this is monthly. Monthly, I find a new series that I'm like obsessed with now.
Love it.
So this time I read volume 1 to 7 of Tokyo Aliens, which is essentially we follow this boy. He's like a teenager in high school, and he like his parents are both have both died, and I think he lives with his aunt and his uncle. And he's just like doesn't do very well in school, but he kind of wants to be invisible. He's like, I don't really have friends. Like I only talk to one person at school. Like the popular kids don't know me, whatever. And one day on the way home, he somehow manages to get into a subway car that everybody else is avoiding, and he's not really sure why. He's like, oh, maybe they just don't like this one, whatever. So he gets on and he ends up in a fight with an alien, like between an alien and I guess, alien kind of police situation. So he's like, is this real? Like, what is happening? But the whole thing is like humans are not supposed to be able to get on these cars. Like, there's some magic about it that like keeps humans from getting on them. So he ends up kind of thrust into this world where he finds out aliens are real, and his dad, who was a police officer, actually worked for this like alien prevention organization, not like a regular police officer. So he's now kind of being trained, and like there's all these kind of secrets about what actually happened to his dad and like what's going on with him. Why was he able to get into the subway car in the first place? Like all of these things. But he's then paired up with this boy from his school who's like a popular kid. He does really well in all his grades. Everybody loves him. All the girls have a crush on him. But we find out that this kid isn't really a normal kid either. So there's like a whole interesting thing happening with like them working together and like, stopping these aliens who are, committing crimes or whatever. But then there's more to it, and there's like adults who are suspicious involved in their lives and like making decisions for them and about them. And I'm like, I just want answers. What is happening? Like, I don't, it's very confusing and very interesting. And every volume, I'm like, ooh, more info. Ooh, more tea. Like, ooh, like, give me more answers, not more questions. So I like devoured it. I just went back to like one to the next, like until I were done.
It's like Gakura Kugai with like the you end up with like so many questions as you're seeking the answers.
And no answers.
That's
Like,
how
there's
I
no
felt when I was reading
answers.
that.
Like I had a suspicion about one of the characters. I was like, like I have a vibe about you. And as we're reading, things are happening and something happens to the main character. And while the main character's unconscious, this character says something and I'm like, I knew it. I called it. I knew it. Like, ooh, like now I just want more. I need my library to get the rest of the volumes because like I need the rest of it.
I hate that too when a library will have like half of a series or part of a series, and you're like, I need the other volumes, give them to me now.
I do
And they
think
don't have it.
part of the problem is I keep picking manga that is ongoing. So it is actively being
Mhm.
translated. It's not even out yet. And I'm like, I need to stop. I need to only read things that are done.
Yes. But see, I had the same problem. I thought I Hear the Sunspot was done after the volume I'm on, and I found out that no, this is just the newest and it's continuing. And I'm like, great. So now I have to wait. I thought I was gonna be like, yay, neat little bow.
No. Mm-mm. It hurts.
Yeah,
I want it all in one go. I just want to be able to finish the whole thing. Just,
yeah. Just inject it straight into my brain. Thank you. Please. Like, don't
mm-hmm.
make me wait for more. I just want it all finished. There's so many good ones though.
It hurts. I have no patience.
I have no patience. Well, if you want something that is finished that has drastically different vibes from what you were feeling,
Mm-hmm.
um, I read If Cats Disappeared from the World by Genki Kawamura. And basically, this postman finds out he has a severe brain tumor, but he finds out so late that there's really no time left and nothing that can be done. The doctor essentially says, within a week, you're going to be gone. Um, as a result, he's kind of trying to figure out what his last plans are. And then the devil appears to him and says, I can give you more time, but there's a trade off. Um, you get one extra day of life, but I get to pick something to delete from the world. I get to just choose, are you in for the deal? And it starts with things that you would think like an interesting commentary. Like it starts with mobile phones, or like all phones are deleted from the world. And he's kind of like, this is a good thing. Like 10 years ago, we didn't even have mobile phones, but now we spend so much of our time like scrolling and looking at them and checking them and feeling this compulsion to always have them. And so this is a good thing. Like it's a net good to get rid of this thing from the world.
Hmm.
I'm glad it's gone. But then he reminisces about the relationship he's had with phones and the person that phones tied him to in his life and why that was a significant thing. And as he continues to add days to his life, more and more things get deleted from the world. And he realizes the impact that it has, not just on the people around him, but also on the personal relationships that he's had throughout his life. And he has to continue deciding if it's worth it to get rid of these things in order to keep living, or if he'd rather just let things go and let everyone else continue to have the world that they are used to. And so it is kind of the story of like grief. It's the story of adjustment. It's the story of reflection of the physical objects that tangibly connect your memories to someone. Um, there are these things, these questions of like, what would you give for one more day? And do you think it's worth it to give that up for that day? Um, there's just so many things that it made me like think about in such a big way for such a short book because it's really not that long.
Hmm.
Um, but it's just one of those things of like it's very heavy, but not necessarily in like a sad way, just like in a way that like I can't stop thinking about it now that it's over.
Yeah. That's interesting because I think we do take a lot of things for granted and like how it impacts our lives or our relationships or whatever. So like the idea of having to kind of reckon with your choice of like something that got deleted because you wanted another day is really interesting.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, one, he doesn't get to choose what goes. He just wakes up and the devil's like, this is the thing that's gone today.
Hmm.
Um, and so that's one of those things where he's like, what a weird choice. But then as he's reflecting on it, he's like, oh, this thing makes me think of this person and how we're not going to get to use this thing together. And this is like what tied us together.
Yeah.
And so it leads to him reconnecting and reminiscing with people that he might not have thought to like have that like one last moment with. But at the same time, it's kind of like, is it worth it to take this thing from everyone in order to like have that short little time extra?
Hmm. That's definitely
It was just like,
interesting.
it was so good. Like, I cannot stop thinking about it. I read it at the beginning of the month and it is just like stuck with me this entire month. And I almost want to like buy it and read it again,
Yeah.
like slower this time because it was so good.
I love when that happens though, like things that just don't leave you, they keep coming back or you keep going back to it for whatever reason. Like that's always nice. Like it's always like it's comforting even if the story might be, sadder or more heavy or whatever. Like there's a comfort of like you already know it.
Yeah. There's like a comfort in the like familiarity of it.
Yeah. And on the note of comfort and familiarity, though one thing, because I haven't been watching a lot in January, but that's probably because a lot of my time has gone to rewatching The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey behind the scenes, because obviously I'm obsessed with Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and Tolkien in general. And my mom wanted to start watching the behind the scenes again because I think she got recommended like a YouTube video or something with, an interview with one of the actors or something like that. And I'm like, we have all of those. Like we own every single one. So we've been watching that. And I mean, obviously I love it. I've watched it so many times. Like I think I would have the movies and the behind the scenes on for like every essay I wrote in university. So it's like the most comforting to me. So yeah, That's what we're watching. We're in the middle of the movie now. We watched the behind the scenes first, and now we're watching the actual movie, and then we'll move on to the second one. So, yeah, I've been spending a lot of time on The Hobbit, and I started listening to the audiobook again
Nice.
because Andy
I
Serkis
always
does
think that's
it.
fun though to like have, ooh, okay. I haven't listened to the audiobook. I've only watched the movie series once
Mm,
through the extended cut,
yeah.
but I haven't like read them. I haven't listened to the audiobooks. So
Yeah, so
I
there's
need to do.
newer versions, like, because there's a few different versions of the audiobooks. There's newer versions where Andy Serkis did The Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I think the Silmarillion. So he did those. And obviously, he's an amazing voice actor, so he does a very good job. So I've been listening to the audiobook again,
Yeah.
but
I need
yeah,
to give it a listen.
it's good. And The Hobbit is short because it is technically a kid's book. So it is on the shorter side than like diving into Lord of the Rings, which is like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've always been like intimidated by the Lord of the Rings. So, but I always like doing like the behind the scenes and then going back and rewatching something after. Like, I always loved when DVDs had commentary tracks and stuff that you could watch.
Hmm.
I would always watch those religiously.
Yeah.
Like, that was the main perk of getting a DVD was like you had the commentary track.
Yeah.
And so I'm very much here for like the behind the scenes kind of content in addition to like the rest of it.
It's just so interesting. Like, as someone who obviously likes taking apart stories and like choices like cinematography choices or design choices or color choices, like the behind the scenes really dig into like how they designed, each dwarf, why they look this way, why their colors are this way, like what they did because they needed to like show their family lines or who was richer and who was poor. Like the little decisions and tiny details that like you obviously aren't going to actually see if you just watch the movie once. But like the amount of effort and time they put into making sure everything was like perfect. Great. And I know people don't like the Hobbit movies. Like there's a lot of fans who like don't like them because they were rushed and like there's things about them that people don't like. But I'm like, I'm not a purist when it comes to an adaptation. So if it does something and it's interesting and they're making choices based on whatever time or information or budget they have, like I'm happy.
Yeah. See, I always think of you when there's this one account that comes across my feed a lot, Airplane Facts with Max, and it always makes me laugh because he's an airplane mechanic and he'll start like saying something about like this piece is such and such on a plane and unlike this thing that happened in the Lord of the Rings. And so I always feel like it's the perfect fusion of our interests because I am so into planes and you're so into Lord of the Rings. And I'm just like, this man knows both of us so well.
Yeah, I don't know, like it's just been a comfort show, comfort movie, and comfort books for so long that like, and I didn't even think about like we were talking about this like in our DMs, kind of like I was kind of saying, oh yeah, I've been watching this. And I'm like, oh, I think I know why, given the state of the world and like just needing to
Yeah.
gravitate towards comforting things. It makes sense.
Yeah. There's been a lot happening in January that it's like comfort is necessary right now.
Yeah.
I do also think it's funny that like you have veered into comfort and I have veered into like watching the saddest, most depressing things possible and reading like super sad things. Because like I read If Cats Disappeared from the World, and then the other thing that I watched was Blue Complex, which is another short drama, and it's like also very devastating vibes of like grief and sadness and things like that. And I'm like, I guess I'm like, well, if I'm gonna be crying, I may as well just push it to the max
Yeah.
because like Blue Complex is the same way. It's like it's a short drama So just as bingeable as My Leader's Working Late Again. And in this, you have like this former champion diver who joins a swim team after having an incident where he can't dive anymore. But he joins the swim team with an expiration date in mind of the anniversary of his mother's death date is coming up, and he doesn't plan to last beyond that. He has a plan for his own expiration. Um, and so as he connects with people on the team, he very much has this in the back of his mind, like the entire time of like, I won't be here very long. So like when one of them comes over to his apartment, they're like, are you moving out? Like your apartment's so empty. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to live here very long. And it's always like very cryptic and vague and things like that. But they keep trying to pull him in. Like there's a man on the swim team with him who doesn't know how to swim. And so he's teaching him how to swim at night privately. And they're growing closer. But then there's someone else on the swim team who like really loves to grow closer to him. And so you see the ways in which they interact and the ways they kind of pull him out of his shell. But the whole time he's going through going, I'm not planning to stay. And it's a very complex, as the name implies, it's very complicated, kind of like the relationships and feelings that kind of ensue from everybody around. Um, I am going to temporarily give spoiler warning, jump ahead like 20 seconds if you don't want to hear this, because it is a show where I feel like polyamory would have fixed everything.
Hmm.
Um, in some ways, like as non-spoilery as I can be with that, I feel like it's a show where it's like if they just would have done that, everything would have been fixed. And they didn't do that. And so there are some things that I have like nitpicky little bits on, but I'm just gonna headcanon they went that direction anyway because they could have so easily. But yeah, I was just like, January is the month of me just crying my eyes out. So
I mean,
I don't
sometimes you
know.
just have to lean
I was
into
sad this
it.
month. Yeah.
I've seen like some little clips and like stuff about Blue Complex, but I never like actually picked it up and watched it. So at some point when I can manage the sad vibes, I will check it out. Because it sounds interesting. Like the whole concept seems interesting, but it's like I need the right headspace for that one.
Yes, it's very bingeable too. And again, it's vertical short, so like 60-second episodes. I want to say it's like 45 to 60 episodes long. So it's very quick to watch. But yeah, it definitely has its moments where it's like obviously devastating. Um, it deals a lot with like his complicated relationship with his father. It deals a lot with his complicated relationship with the loss of his mother and the grief that he's going through. Um, and obviously, like he has a pretty clear plan for his timeline here.
Hmm.
And so there is that heaviness to the entire show, even as there are like bright moments and things that are like happy and good. There is like that weight to it that you kind of like feel that sense of like impending, like, is he going to change his mind? Is he not? Like, what's going to happen? And that like heaviness to it.
Yeah. Okay, my last one is actually an album, which you already know about. So recently I got the like I guess it's their special like winter album, but it's Wavy's Eternal Winter. Um, and honestly, I've just been like hitting play on the CD like all the time, like anytime in my room, like doing laundry, putting something away, cleaning up, whatever, even just like journaling, whatever. I just end up putting it on and like it's just such a nice like wintry album. I don't know. Like I don't even know what to say. Like I think there's one really like high energy song on it, their title song. And then the rest are all just very like nice to listen to. Like they all are so pretty and like nice. I think my favorite song is Stay. I don't know. It's just a really good one. And their harmonies in it are really good. Like their voices sound so nice. I think also I think Kuhn like wrote one of the songs on it, if I remember right, which is like a big deal because I think it was like his first like time doing it all by himself. So I highly recommend it. It's Wavy is great. They have great songs.
I hadn't listened to that until you told me like how much you had it on repeat. And so the other night while I was just sitting in my room journaling and like it was snowy and it was just kind of chill, I turned it on and you're right that it is very much like perfect winter vibes, perfect kind of
Yeah.
snowy feelings where you just want to snuggle in and like wrap yourself up in the lyrics.
Yeah, it really feels like snowing outside, it's freezing cold, you're warm inside. Like it has those vibes of like being inside, cozy while it's like freezing and snowy outside. Like it's just, I don't know, it's the perfect winter vibes. Like it's just so nice. It sounds so nice. I didn't expect to be like as obsessed with it as I am, but I just kept finding myself like putting it on and having my CD player on like repeat and not changing the CD, like just letting it keep going as I was doing things, and I was like not expecting that, but I'm like, hey, they always have good music, so like can't complain.
Yeah, it feels like a cup of hot cocoa. Like
Hmm.
drinking hot cocoa feels like listening to the album.
It does.
So
It does.
I 100% get that one.
It's so good. I don't know.
I
It's
was
just
glad when you told me to
cozy.
listen. I was like, yeah,
It's
so
good.
good.
I think that's everything. Is that everything for January?
I had one more.
Okay, what's your
Speaking
last
of
one?
things that like music, mine is I don't even know that I recommend this as like, oh my gosh, this is like so well written. This is so amazing. This is an earworm, and once you listen to it, you won't get it out of your head.
Hmm.
I Am Polkason by Polkason. I have not gone a day without listening to it multiple times since it came out because it's just like my upbeat, happy morning song kind of vibes. It's so cheesy, but it touches like that inner child in me. And it's like if I can't get myself motivated to do something, I will just like turn on I Am Polkason while I make my morning coffee. And I'm like, I got this. I'm good. I'm not a whale. I'm not an orca whale. Like, I'm Polkason. So that was my happy vibe this entire. This is like I can actually face the day because Polkason exists in the world.
I still can't get over a mascot putting out a single.
And now the girls have put out a single too. I have not listened yet. I need to.
Oh my
But
gosh.
Move and Annie and oh gosh, I can't remember. But the three girls put out a song together. So I'm like, I gotta listen. It's gonna go into rotation, I'm sure. So
Oh gosh. Hey, anywhere
crazy.
you can find some joy and some fun, like, why not? It's cute.
Like inner child is healing slowly because
Mm,
focus on.
exists.
Yep.
All right. I guess that's it for January.
Yes.
Let us
You.
know what you were reading or watching or listening to. If you've read or watched anything that we talked about, let us know your opinion. Um,
Yes.
yeah. Hopefully, if
What
it's
did
cold wherever you
you
are, you stay warm.
Yes. What did you like prioritize during the winter storm in your media consumption? Was there anything that like hooked you in the entire time? Or were you just like, I don't even care. I'm not watching anything. I'm cold. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know how you survived the cold, the cold days and nights.
Yes.
and we'll see you next time.
Yep.
Mhm.
Bye.
Bye.